What's going on, guys? It's your boy, the ITP Paladin 929 here, coming at you and without my glasses. So, I just saw this on Twitter, like, mere moments ago. I wasn't paying attention to Twitter the entire time. I was busy with my baby, putting her down, and I didn't expect this to actually come out so quickly, but this experimental patch is nuts. I didn't even know that it was going to be a whole creator experimental update round 2. I just knew that there was a patch coming in, and I thought it was just going to be Brigitta, but no, they did everything. So the people that we have to thank or blame is going to be ML7, so good choice. Lemon Kiwi, I have no idea who that is. I'll have to look him up. I'm familiar with Jake and Wanted for damage heroes. I'm pretty sure Jake was for projectile and Wanted for hit scan, but I could be wrong. So let's take a look. So this was the big one. General hero updates. A maximum hit scan fall off range increased to 50% from 30%, meaning that their range is now nerfed overall. Bad decision, but we'll go with it for a second because we didn't even get to the I only read about the tank heroes. I did not read about the supports or the DPS, so maybe there's something to kind of work around, but we'll figure that out in just a second. There's now 75% plus global cap for movement speed buffs applied to allies. Previously, this would have only affected Lucio, but several other heroes can now increase ally movement speed. Okay, so basically a global cap, meaning that stacked stuff only reaches plus 75%. And then applied a global 75% cap to movement speeds applied to Orisa, Zarya, Lucio, and Symmetra. It looks like they might have added a few more heroes, but then got cut off. I'm not sure. Tanks. So this is the one I read. I read up on the tanks. So tanks. All tank weapon, ability, and ultimate damage reduced by 50%. Crowd control durations applied to tanks are reduced by 50% for the following types. Stuns, sleep, knockdowns, knockbacks, slow, freeze, root, or trap. The following crowd control abilities are still in duration for tanks, which would be May Blizzard, a Reinhardt Shatter, Graviton Surge from Zarya, and Winston Primal Rage. There are a few downsides to that, but I get that tank needed these kinds of buffs for utility purposes. Now, this might make them a little too strong, however, based on everything that I read, but oh wow, it goes big. First and foremost, Reinhardt armor increased to 400. Fire Strike now receives 50% less healing for 4 seconds on its hit targets. And then Charge can pin multiple people, increased movement speed for 40% but for 2 seconds after the charge, and can now be cancelled. That was definitely a utility that every Rein main was begging for at every point. This is actually huge for Reinhardt. I give it a kind of a good go. It looks like it's good, but at the same time, again, with all these global changes to tanks, it may make him a little too powerful, but we'll go from there after we look at everything. Armor increased from 250 to 500, so she's definitely now really tanky. Now grants 40% movement to allies within 8 meters with her Fortify, and increased movement speed for damage reduction. No longer fires a projectile for halt, but now attaches a halt tendril to the nearest enemy target. I can see that. A lot of people were kind of abusing the close-up range of Orisa because, along with having to aim, she kind of was sluggish on some of her turns. But I'll digress. Supercharger, and no longer grants a damage buff, but it now slows all enemies within 10 meters by 40%. I don't see that as being necessary. I think the damage buff was just fine, but again, I don't know what the damage buffs would be for the other two classifications, but let's take a look. Did I just read that right? Oh god, oh no. Oh no. I just read a tweet that just came out from Overwatch, impromptu as well. Infinite flight. Holy crap, they better not be making Pharah stay in the air forever. That was the only thing keeping her balanced, and they probably should have just made it easier to keep her in air. Okay, moving on. Zarya. Health increased from 200 to 300, and armor increased to 300 as well, with the shield pool removed. Zarya's particle barrier now provides up to 50 movement. In fact, both of them will provide a 50% movement speed boost. Her barrier will be to her. The ally barrier will be to allies based on the energy of 0.05 movement speed per 1 energy. So the more energy buildup you have, the more movement speed that ally gets. Sigma. Ally armor increased to 200 and this shield pool removed. Hyperspheres now fire 1 per shot, down from 2. Recovery reduced from 1.2 to 0.5. Basically meaning he could, within every half second, he could launch another one. So this might be... Accretion. Receives an additional charge on a successful hit. Spending additional charge puts the ability on cooldown. So in other words, only 2, and if you have a successful hit, it gives an additional charge. Kinetic Grasp is now immune to crowd control. Cressy Crown. An experimental barrier reduced to a minimum of 0.1 seconds. No. He didn't need that. Wrecking Ball. God, I wish he had nerfs. Instead, he just gets like buffs that make him even more annoying to deal with. If he didn't have escape out, if he didn't have like an entire Uno's worth of hand cards that for get out of jail free, he now basically has 2. Grappling Claw no longer automatically detaches after 6 seconds and can no longer reach maximum speed, deal damage, or knockback if Grappling Claw has been active for more than 6 seconds. So they kept the 6 seconds, they just changed what it did. His Minefield now blinds enemies for 2.5 seconds. Bullshit. Pile Driver now reduces cooldown of adaptive... Fuck you, Lemon Kiwi. Fuck you. I am not even taking that back. Nope. Roadhog. We're just gonna move. We're gonna move. Health decreased from 600 to 300, and armor increased to 300. So Roadhog now has armor. Chain Hook now pulls 75% faster. Take a Breather no longer heals for a flat value of 300, but it heals at 100, plus an additional 100 for every nearby ally. So he basically stole from Wrecking Ball. Gains 25% damage reduction when near allied damage heroes. Interesting distinction. A buff is shared with all out. Oh, this buff. Ooh. Incentive to stick near him. I like that. Roadhog gains 50% damage reduction when near allied tank heroes, and it doesn't even mention anything about, well, supports are supports, no shit. Whole Hog, no longer knockback opponents, now cancelable. You know so many people are going to cancel his ult on accident. Lastly, we're moving on to the last 2 tank heroes. It's Diva. Her passive is holding the jump key, allows it to fall slowly, kind of like the Angelic Descent from Mercy. Fusion Cannons. Primary fire reduced from 2 to 1 per pellet. So she's getting a major damage reduction. Good. Defense matrix. But here's the trade-off. Her damage reduction means nothing if her utility is just still ultra super fucking powerful, and Defense Matrix now grants 30% ultimate charge for blocking an enemy projectile. Ultimate projectile. That's an interesting distinction. What do you define as an ultimate projectile? Because if I turn on my tactical visor as soldier, does that mean that my entire clip counts as flat out 30% ult charge for the for every bullet that I shoot? Because, in other words, that would actually be broken as hell if that's the case. I really hope that's not the case. Once again, fuck you, Lemon Kiwi. Boosters cooldown reduced from 4 to 2. Meh. It's already annoying to do. It's basically Hamster 2.0 now. Winston, armor increased to 300. His jump pack now slightly launches people in the air. Well, that's... I would have thought that would have actually been a good change to have sooner. Primal Rage. He is now super ultra strong, but he has a health decay to top along with that to a minimum health of 350, which I think is his normal health range anyway. And holding the primary fire now charges up a punch when you're in primal range, which can do a knockback of up to 100%. I have to at least be aware of what hero we're on, and I'm just trying to like skip past. We're gonna save the damage heroes for last. Okay, we got Anna. Okay, good. We're saving damage for last because that's all that matters to me. We're gonna go to Anna right here. We see her little profile picture. Okay, moving on to support heroes. Starting with Anna, Biotic Rifle. Reload time decreased to 0.75 seconds. Okay, that's actually good because she relies on her actual rifle to do healing, so reload time is good. Sleep Dart. They now... Ooh, sleep targets now appear in... They didn't? I thought they did. They did. What? Allies can... okay, I get it. Never mind. Allies can now see icon above slept enemy. Turrets can now be slept. I'm just kidding. It's probably the most unrealistic thing I've seen, but yeah, whatever. Sleep Dart can now stop Diva's mech from flying during self-destruct. Huh? What? Aside from the turrets, that's like the second most. Like, what? Nano Boost. Now, instead of granting increased healing received, it now causes the target to also heal 50% more. Casting time reduced to 0. Ooh, they reduced the casting time. Good. Final blows dealt by allies affected by Nano Boost now decreases her cooldowns by 1 second. I like it. Baptiste. Exo Boots. Maximum jump height increased by... Oh, so he jumps higher. Time to fully charge increased to 2 seconds, so he jumps higher, but for a little bit longer. Okay. Immortality Field. Duration decreased from 5 to 1.5 seconds. Cooldown decreased by 2 seconds, and now prevents allies from dropping below 20%, up from 10. But for the time it lasts, it makes sense. I like that change. Amplification Matrix. Baptiste can now deal self-healing with the Biotic Launcher while the ultimate is active, and duration lowered to 8 seconds. That's actually a really good change. His utility just got a lot better. Brigitta, her Inspire, her healing effect... This mother... I found him on Twitter spoiling this shit. No wonder that seemed familiar. Okay, now that it makes a lot more sense too. So thank you, ML7. So far, really good for the first two heroes. There's no fuck you granted. Brigitta, Inspire healing effect expires immediately if she dies. Shield Bash... Oh, she can now move 15% further and retains more velocity when colliding with terrain. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure someone will test that out. Whip Shot. While Rally is active, Whip Shot functionally changes to the following. It damages and knocks back all enemy within a 7-meter radius, restricts Brigitta's movement for 7.75 seconds, and increases the cooldown of the remaining duration of Rally plus 4 seconds. Huh? I'm confused, but I'm sure I'll figure that out. Lucio, Sonic Amplifier. While wall riding, damage is increased to 25, and Sound Barrier, enemies that are in the area of effect are now knocked back 6 meters. That actually does make sense. I like that. I like that. That's a good change. It makes him interesting. What have you done, you fool? This mother! You stupid... Okay, this one may not still warrant a fuck you, but more like a what the fuck have you done, you crazy son of a bitch. Valkyrie is no longer the ultimate ability. It's now ability 2. Healing increased from 55 to 70 per second. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I never did. Her staff beams no longer attached to additional allies. Duration increased from... or reduced from 15 to 3 seconds. Cooldown is now 20 seconds. Flying movement speed increased from 7 to 6, or decreased. And Guardian Angel movement speed reduced from 25 to 20. Resurrect is now an ultimate ability. It can resurrect 5 people, and a maximum range increase from 7.5 to... Why? Why? I think it still takes the same amount of time, though, to kind of keep it balanced. So I guess it's not full Mercy 1.0, but whatever. Moira, new passive. Quick melee now slows enemies by 30% for 1 second. This effect has a 10% cooldown per enemy, or 10-second cooldown per enemy. Huh? Biotic Grasp. Oh, okay, wait, I think it just made sense well after I read that. Biotic Grasp primary fire maximum resource increased by 12.5%. Biotic Orbs. Orbs no longer change speed when they're near valid targets. Orbs moves at a consistent 5.5 meters per second. After activating the ability, holding primary or secondary fire for 1 second will cause you to fire a faster orb that moves at a consistent 20 meters. Well, shit. Well, shit. Coalescence. Channeling an enemy or channeling on an enemy target continuously for 2 seconds will now lift them off the ground for 3 seconds. This effect can happen once per enemy. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Zenyatta, elevation, can now jump higher if he holds the jump button. I mean, I guess that gives him some utility and survivability. Orbs of Destruction. Ammo increased from 20 to 25. Orbs of Harmony grant an additional role-specific effect if attached to the ally for at least 2 seconds. Tanks have 20% damage reduction. Damage has 10% movement speed and healing. Ooh, healing received from 30 to 40. Orb of Discord. Damage amplification reduced from 25% to 20. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. I mean, he's giving utility in other places besides the damage, so yeah. Okay. Symmetra's moved to the support role. Now sees ally health bars by default like other support heroes. Photon Projector, her primary fire, I believe. Her primary fire reduced from 60, 120, 180 to 40, 80, 120. Secondary fire reduced from 120 to 80. Secondary fire deals up to 50% increased damage to non-heroes like turrets and barriers. I mean, it was electronic gun. Why the hell not? Ammo increased from 70 to 80. Makes good sense. Sentry turret. Health increased from 30 to 50. Ew. No longer deals damage. This is a little wacky. No longer deals damage. Now heals allies. Heals 20 health per unit or per second per turret. Maximum range increased from 10 to 12. Building time reduced to 0.5. Cooldown reduced from 10 to 8. No longer slows target movement speed. Well, no shit, it's not firing at them. Teleporter increased to 12 seconds. Allies that take the teleporter receive 40% increased movement speed for 2 seconds, and the effect has a 10-second cooldown per ally. So you can't go through, you have to wait 10 seconds before the movement speed buff will happen. Photon Barrier. Thank God. 2,500 health is a lot more manageable. Duration reduced to 10 seconds, and ultimate cost reduced by 9%. All in all, aside from the mercy reverting and the craziness that is Symmetra, good job, ML7. You don't deserve the fuck you. Okay, I'm gonna ignore everything for like 2 seconds. Come on, go faster, 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 faster. Damage. Here we go, Genji. All right. To the damage heroes. Genji, Swift Strike. I have a very huge suspicion that Jake is going to earn the fuck you title award from me throughout the entire listing. Let's move. Refund one. Activating Dragon Blade refunds 1 charge. Damage. Oh, thank God. There's the kick. Okay. Still, Swift Strike is a piece of shit ability to deal with. Dragon Blade, duration. Hallelujah. You have 3 seconds to kill people. After it ends, Genji... Why? He doesn't need buffs. He's already hard enough to pin down. Why? Doomfist, new additional passive. Using a basic ability that dealt no damage to enemies reduces the cool... Yeah, that could help him, yeah. Seismic Slam can now... He needed that. He needed that wholeheartedly. Good quality of life change. I don't know who made that change. I wish they would put the credit next to the hero name. But yeah. Echo. New passive, Assimilation. Echo heals... I want to fucking murder whoever did this buff. She doesn't need additional fucking healing. She's got a pocket every game I go into. What is wrong with these people? Passive also affects her duplicate. No. 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 You just made her a must pick. You made her meta. You made her a must pick, and she's already broken as shit. Nobody can convince me otherwise. Fuck you, award to whoever did that buff. And then increased her... May. Fully frozen targets take 100% increased quick melee damage from all sources. I mean, that makes sense, sure. Ice Wall now launches heroes into the air when built underneath them. Cryo Freeze, size increased. I mean, I guess that makes sense too, but what was the purpose of increasing its size? Pharah. Okay, here's where things are going to get a little weird. I think they mentioned infinite flying somewhere. Pharah, rocket launcher. Rocket impacts now have 25% movement speed reduction for 0.5 seconds. Rocket impact knockback increased by 100%. Concussive blast. 2 ability charges. Enemies knocked back by them become immune to all knockbacks for 0.15 seconds. Thank God. No. He didn't... I fucking hate Jake. I hate Jake. Fuck you, Jake. You've earned the award with just a few heroes. If this was you, fuck you. Incredibly, fuck you. Riptire. Increased movement speed when detaching from walls. Why? Sombra. Machine pistol. Weapon spread reduced by 20%. Shots per second increased 20 to 24. Okay, so... Wait, that's bullets per minute. Wait, what? That's the rate of fire. You could have just said rate of fire. What? Hack. Cooldown when interrupted increased from 2 to 3 seconds. Hack duration reduced from 5 to 3.5. Stealth now has an 8-second maximum duration and no longer plays... Oh, so they put the duration back. But why, though? No longer plays an audio cue if the ability reaches its full duration. Well, I guess that's one trade-off. Bastion. Character size reduced by 50... Wanted. You're about to hit my list. I don't know who did what. That's the problem. I may just have to give them both the award and say it's just for due process. Recon configuration. Ammo increased to 100. Weapon spread reduced by 20. And self-repair can now be channeled while firing. What is wrong with people? Hanzo, Dragon Strike. The dragons now spawn immediately if the arrow impacts terrain. I mean, that just sounds like a quality of life buff, but sure. Storm Arrow, no longer fires the next 5 arrows Huh? No longer fires 5. It grants a 6-second buff with the following effects. Lunge cooldown increased to 1 second. Stormbow movement penalty removed. Stormbow draw time Oh, okay, I see what Storm Arrow does then. It allows you to have more mobility. Okay, that's actually not a bad buff. I don't know who that was. If that was Jake, I'll give credit where credit's due. I won't do anything else. Torbjorn Rivet Gun. Dealing damage with primary fire adds a stacking buff that increases damage by 5. Each buff lasts for 5 seconds. Oh my god. So there's no limit. He could basically just... What is wrong with them? What is wrong with them? What is wrong with them? What's wrong with them? Ash, the Viper, no longer reloads ammo individually. Now reloads all ammo within 2.25 seconds. Coach Gun, cooldown increased to 13 seconds. Dynamite no longer deals self-damage, and Explosion no longer has damage fall-off. Yes, indeed. Health reduced to 200. Peacekeeper, the weapon recovery reduced to 0.42 seconds. Secondary fire. You removed Fan the Hammer. What? Okay. You just made him unviable. Fan the Hammer was meant for when you had large targets. It's just that people spammed it for everything. Combat roll. Cooldown increased from 6 to 8 seconds. Can no longer be used in the air. Why? That was like one of the most useful things that he's ever gotten. Well, yeah, I would have hoped there was reduced visual effects. Oh my god, here we go. We're gonna get to Soldier after we get from Reaper. Shadow Step cooldown decreased to 5 seconds. Can now be used during Wraith form. Cooldown reduced to 4 seconds. No longer reloads your weapon. No longer applies a movement speed buff. I'm actually down for that mix-up. Dear Lord, I come to you in this hour of need. That whoever the hell did the patch for Soldier 76, I pray that they used their brain, and if they did make it memey, they at least made it the good kind of memey. The one that doesn't totally embarrass the fucking fact that this hero exists in this game. I pray that when I go down, I do not die by kneeling over. What's his name? Zachariah. Eli. I don't kneel over like Eli after hearing his sons died after losing the Ark of the Covenant in the story of Samuel. That I do not have a brain aneurysm or lose more brain cells than is totally beyond my capacity. In your name, amen. Son of a bitch. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Not as bad as I thought it would be. So, tactical visor. Is nobody going to put the obvious buff to his ultimate? Like, it's a quality of life change that he absolutely needs, and absolutely nobody thinks to put this in. Like, holy shit. Tactical visor visual effects were not a problem. The way that people position with Soldier was never an issue. Everybody would find him anyway, no matter where you were. Even if you were properly positioned, they would find you. So visual effects do nothing. It's basically, oh, we just did something, but it was really nothing. Helix rockets, the one useful thing out of it, oh, it no longer deals self-damage, but the cooldown is increased by 2 seconds. Okay, but why, though? So basically, you nerfed him. No, you didn't even nerf him. You did nothing with him. You did nothing with him. You did nothing with him. And if you did do something, you did worse with him. What is the obscene hate with Soldier 76? Like, holy shit. Widowmaker, grappling hook, cooldown. Oh my god, everybody really hates Widowmaker too. I can't even complain about Soldier anymore. Venom Mine can place up to... Ooh. Ooh. That's interesting. Cooldown reduced to 10 seconds. Damage reduced to 10 per second. Effect durationing reduced to 3 seconds. Projectile speed increased from... Oh. I mean, I guess... I don't know. What the act... Alright, allow me to just go into the long end of it. Overall, some of them are not bad changes. Some of them actually do need to be implemented, and I say some very loosely here because it's minimum amount of them that need to actually go through. Case in point, Ball does not need buffs, he needs nerfs. Echo does not need buffs, she needs nerfs. This is incredibly whacked out. This is so fucking badly whacked out, and I hate it. In fact, let me just quickly mention that easy... We could put on an easy... Cassidy. Oh, 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 oh! Back to the damn lobby. Remove all bots. Holy shit. Okay, we're gonna put that back, and we're gonna now put on team 2 1. Okay. Just put on Hanamura. Hanamura Winter, actually. I don't care, just get me in. Wasting time on my YouTube video here. I'm almost at 30 minutes. Holy shit. I'm just gonna look at the ones that I play. So, first off, Bastion. So... Show lobby. Heroes, general, just team 1. I can see that Bastion hasn't died yet, so I think McCree either hasn't reached me or... I don't know. Oh.
True self is without form.
My business, my rules. Smoke 'em out of there.
Justice ain't gonna dispense itself.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I am not playing this patch. No. I know that some of the balance pay it. I can't. No. The more I think about it, all the heroes that I play are just so scuffed.
Everything can be hacked, and everyone. Always leave yourself a back door. I'm out of here. Cheers, love! The cavalry here!
Look at that. I don't even need to fight.
Pardon me.
Wait for it. Time's up. Your time. Have some of that.
Bro, that's at 500. Alright, last one that affects me.
One shot. One kill.
So they give you the... Then what the fuck is the point? You can't use her. No. You wouldn't be able to utilize all three and when the match is active. Wow. Alright, so I take it back. The only one who actually did anything good with the freaking abilities they were given was ML7. That's it. He's the only one who actually gave anything worth a damn. All in all, experimental patch, huge bust, Thank you, content creators, for nothing. Thank you, Blizzard, for nothing. I will not be playing this experimental card. I'm talking nothing positive about it. Sorry, but not sorry. So until they do something worthwhile, I'm pretty much just sticking to quick play. Not even doing competitive anymore. If they announce that they're going to put out Overwatch 2, then I may look into the beta, but until they do something major where it's going to be taken seriously, okay, then I just won't take you seriously. Sorry. Again, not sorry. Just my opinion. If you guys actually like the experimental patch, I'm not going to take that away from you, but I'm extremely unhappy after reading everything that I read, after seeing the way that this is just... These guys, like, we put too much credit on them, I think, from time to time, because that shit's just ridiculous. That shit is just extremely ridiculous. Like, how did they even think that that's... I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good day, everyone.